Ugh. Some of you probably saw the short that my wife did for me because I was at work when this finally came. Nice yellow packaging wrapping that they do with a bunch of tape. And it has a slight bow right there too. So it seems like someone decided to put some heavy shit on it. So hopefully it's okay in there. I'm sure it is. Most people always say what they're going to use to, open up packages. So what I'm using is a good old-fashioned Cobalt box cutter. The brand new blade. Get a box of these for $10. We actually, my wife and myself one time, bought a sword for a friend and had it mailed to him. And it was kind of humorous because my wife said, I bet you he's going to try and unwrap that whole thing. And sure as shit, when he video messaged us, he had like a portion about that much unwrapped of the tape. And he goes, man, they've got so much tape on this stuff. So my wife said, why don't you just cut the seam? Which is true. Okay, let's see what we have in the box, shall we? Here's our certificate. Alright, here it's a little different that they're doing now. They fold up, which is really nice. So, the moment of truth here, guys. Right here. I got, for their sword bag, is their dragon fitting. Which, now I have a bunch of styrofoam going everywhere. It's the only thing I hate about this packaging. It's nice, it's secure, but man, you get styrofoam like everywhere sometimes. So, it kind of sucks. But, that's alright. Alright. Let's, I've been chomping at the bit all day to get home for this. Well, before I take the whole sword out, let me just unwrap the handle too. That way we're done with all the unwrapping stuff. Well, that was easy. Okay, so here we go. Yep, it did right there. Son of a bitch. Oh, nope, came off. I thought it was a scuff from where it looked like someone put something on it, but it came off. It's like some gunky shit on there. So, it's a little tiny nick, but it's nothing bad in the side. You can see right there where my thumb is. Other than that, it looks good so far. Now, the fittings are plain. They're nothing to write home about, and that's what I wanted. But, and then there's the Suba. The fittings, the Suba, the Fuchi, the Kashra, and I do believe the Minukis are all iron. And it's a style called Umimoko. So, that's what I wanted. The Seigyo is actually, because people will say, well, that's a really small chintzy Seigyo. Actually, I wanted that. You have the choice at hanbon. I wanted the Seigyo the same as the Ito wrap. So this is actually what they put on the ska. So, but so far, the knots, you can kind of move them, but it's the same quality that they always do. So that's really good. Peg kind of sticks out a little bit farther. You can kind of see where the peg kind of sticks up there, but I can't feel it. So, and when I ordered this at the time, they didn't have it, but now they do. Hanbon offers full Samigawa wrap now. Don't know how much, but they do. And it's got a nice taper to the handle too. This is kind of different than their other stuff. If you can kind of see it, it's fat here, and then it tapers off to right there. And they actually wrapped around the kasha. Like I said, I'll keep saying it. Every sword that I have that the Ito is wrapped around the kasha, they have never come loose, not once. So far it feels really good. A little rattled, but there's plastic in there too, so. Okay, so the blade. Let's get to that part, shall we? Oh, this thing feels so freaking light in the hands. I need something to wipe this off with. That's the one thing I did not get. They've oiled this really, really good. I can smell the oil on this. So, thank you, honey. My wife went and got me a rag because I was a dumbass and didn't get one. Now, let me explain something. I found out why it took so long for them to get this to me. And I'm going to check something. Okay. When I had them make this, it's a blade they normally don't make, and I'll get into what the blade is. So when they were tempering it, the swordsmith accidentally broke it. So this is actually the second one, is what it is. And what I was checking is the mune for any feels like ripples on the back, which there isn't. My Musashi, actually, if you feel the on the mune, it has little ripples, and the reason being is some sword dealers, they cheat. They put it in a jig while it's hot, and they sit there and they go, and as they move the sword through, they bend it to give the curvature. The ones that don't have that little wave on the back is they're doing it the traditional way. The blade is forged straight, and then they dunk it in water. When they dunk it in water, that's what gives it its curvature. Depending on how you put it in the water is how much of a curvature you'll get. So this is like perfectly smooth. So they probably do it that way. So, and if you don't do it right, first time, sword's toast. It will just break on you. Because this is a 1095 differentially hardened blade. Now, I did have them in kanji engraved right there on the blade. And that kanji is the same thing. I'll stand out. That's on my arm right there. The only difference is this is in Shodo. Excuse me. Shodo is Japanese calligraphy. And what this says is the way. It's basically the Budo, which means the way. So this is not a heck of a thick blade, as you can see. There's the mune. And it's got a nice taper all the way down. It's also got a pretty decent tip on that too. Now, this looks like a shinogi zakuri. But actually, it's a shobu. They even tried, because there is a gap in the fuchi, which is kind of hard to get. But if you look at it, right here you can see it tapers up. And that's on both sides. So they actually tried to shape the fuchi to the blade. The line is a little off on one side, so it's probably why it did that. Which, like I said, they don't make this. Hanbon does not make a shobu. And shobus are really good cutters too, kind of like an unabakai, a harari. And what makes the shobu such a good cutter is because of the shinogi line being tapered up. So when you cut, there's no drag. Whereas a shinogi zakuri, even if you don't have a bohi, it will create a little drag, not much, as if you had a bohi. Bohi creates more of a drag. And there's no kisaki whatsoever. Shobus don't have a kisaki or a yokoto line. The reasoning to it is because they designed this blade during the 12th century against the Mongol invasion, the second time. So the only thing that they could figure, the reason why the shobu doesn't have a kisaki is because it takes a lot longer to polish it. So they didn't have that time. So they nixed the kisaki and the yokoto. And just went with just out polished blade. So let's see where the point of balance is on this bad boy. Feels a little out there. So yeah, it's a little farther out there on this one. It's right about there. So the point of balance is. So it is farther forward. And like I said, they very rarely, they don't make shobus. So it looks like it's got a nice sori. I don't have my tape measure on me, but I will put it in the description what the sori is. But that sori looks pretty damn nice. And let's check the edge here. It's got a pretty nice edge. I test on paper, but I don't have any paper neither. I forgot that. Yeah, I'm totally unprepared right now. But I like it. Feels good in the hands. Like I said, it is front heavy, but that's okay. It helps with the cutting. But this sucker's got a nice distal taper. Checking the straightness. She's pretty damn straight. She's pretty damn straight. Oh, my wife to the rescue again. Feels like it's got a good edge. I may have to do some. Oh, maybe not. I was going to say, may have to strop it. Not the best paper cutter. Get a better bite here. Yeah, I should probably strop it before I try cutting with it a little bit. Now, the price for this bad boy was only $242. They only charged me additional $20 for them to make this blade, and this blade feels really, really good in the hands. Definitely can't wait to try this out. So I'll be doing a cutting video with it, don't worry. But yeah, this thing feels really good in the hands. feels actually, even though it's front heavy, feels nimble. Very nimble. Like I said, it's got a wicked taper to this. So, and they made Yao a hanbon, made damn sure that it to the specs of what a showboat is supposed to be. He sent me images and stuff that, you know, the profiling. And I said, yeah, that's what I want. So, not bad at all. And I wanted it like this, all blacked out, totally blacked out. Oh, I like black. It's my favorite color. So, yeah, I am really, really happy with that. I will be taking blue magic to this, except for right there, because I don't want to take that engraving off. But, because it'll take it right off. I definitely be rubbing some blue magic on this. Bring out that hanbon line more. Let's see if we can't pick it up. The hanbon. I mean, it's a nice hanbon they put on this thing. So, this is finally here. After 4 months. About damn time. But they did a good job. I like it. Everything is like tight too. Super tight. So, let's see about the Koraguchi. Koraguchi is not shaped bad neither. As you can see, it's kind of shaped differently. Where it has a taper. Right along here, you can see it kind of tapers inward right there. So that would be the mune. So they shaped it just like the blade would be. Because I wanted to get a shobu. It does have rattle. We can fix that though. I'll definitely have to fix that, but not a big deal. But it doesn't fall out, which is good. And like I said, they don't make the shobu a lot, so they're more used to making shinogi zakuris, unubikai zakuris, because I have yet to see a shobu. I mean, they may have in the past, I don't know. But I know off the shelf they don't sell them. So, that's all I have for you guys. We'll be doing a cutting video this weekend with this thing. See how she performs. Y'all have a good one.